fellow porch pickers, my name is Matt Johns, and I just slapped out a coffee. There's still a drip in there left. Take it. Look here. This is awesome. All the way around there, baby. Look at that. Nah, this ain't no product placement. Buy my merch or anything like that. That was just a little cool gift Kimberly got me for, I think around Christmas time. Something like that. Today, we're going to talk scales. We're going to talk chromatic, and we're going to talk the G major scale. G major scale is obvious because we're already in the tuning, open tuning of G. So that's the scale we're going to use. There's other scales. There's A scale, B flat scale, whatever scale, this scale, that scale. But we're in the key of G. We're going to focus on the G major scale. Now, what is the difference between a chromatic and a G major scale? A chromatic scale is full of half steps until you get to that octave. Octave really is just like the 8th major note up. It's the same pitch, but an octave up. That's what they call an octave. Sorry, having a little bit of fun. Think chromatically, each string has notes. They're set to a certain scale. Like the 4th string is a D. The 3rd string is a G. The 2nd string is B. And the 1st string is D. And it's a G chord. Open G. Open G tuning. The 5th string is tuned to G. So, my advice is study a scale chart. Study the chromatic and the major scale chart. There's minor scales out there. There's also various other scales that a lot of musicians use for improvisation during a lot of songs and things like that. A minor scale, this scale, that scale, whatever. There's different scales. Study this scale chart. And I'm going to learn how to talk. I'm going to go back and learn how to speak English. Like, for instance, when I first learned how to play guitar, I would use the scales to help me kind of match pitch with my voice so I could play and sing. I made it easy. That way, for all y'all to have an excuse, I can't sing. Because we're fixing to move into our last portion of Series 5 here, which is the roof on our house, playing and singing. And there's no excuses. What I would do is I would take a scale. Remember how I told you that there in most of your chords you can actually hear the melody, the pitch of the melody within the chords? Well, that's true. You can. All you gotta do is develop an ear. And how I did that was, and it might not work out the same for you, but it worked out for me, but give it a try and see how it helps you. Is I will sit here, there are different notes of the scale, and I'll try to match pitch. I'm gonna do it lower because it gets, gets high. I can't get that high. Why did I do that? Why would I sit there and actually try to match tones in a particular scale? Because, well, somewhere down the road, I figured out the pattern here, that most of the songs are written, and the melody is written amongst a scale, the notes of a scale. Like Mountain Dew. Big old hollow tree down the road here for me, where you lay down $1 or $2. Let's see if we can pick it out. minor scale. Depending on what key you're in. A. Just try to match the tones of it. So, there you have it. We just picked out a melody for Mountain Dew just by picking out the scale. If there's a scale in each song, the melody plays along those scales. 9 times out of 10. But when you think of chromatically, the chromatic scale goes up in half steps. So if you think of the notes on your 4th string, start on D, E flat, E, F, F sharp, same as G flat. That's G on the 5th fret. A flat, A, B flat, B natural, C, C sharp, same as D flat, and D. So let's practice the G major scale. Throw in the fretless strum. Just that simple. Fingers for that, for the G major scale, is open 3rd, 2nd fret, open 2nd, 1st fret, open 1st, 2nd fret, 4th fret, 5th fret, back down, 4th fret, 2nd fret, open 1st, 1st fret 2nd, open 2nd, 2nd fret 3rd, open 3rd. Now we're going to put it together with the fretless strum. So practice that scale and kind of listen. Teach yourself to listen and develop an ear. And then also, that way you won't have to rely on tablature so much. Because if you sit there and rely on the notes on the page, and that's what it becomes about. It becomes about the notes on the page and not the song, not the music. You won't allow yourself to let go. So like I said, we're moving into the playing and singing portion of Series 5. I'm going to start out with a song, show you the tell you the chords of the song, and we're just going to jump into it. It's going to be one big jam session. Me and you playing. That's what it's about. Playing and singing. And it's not as scary as you think. We're putting everything that we've learned through Series 5 into motion now. From foundation to the chords that we learned, to change the chords with the rhythm, and the embellishments. Embellishments isn't what it's all about. I mean, you can do this all day. What really matters is the playing and singing, because the singing part, you're telling a story. You're using this to help you convey the story that you're trying to tell through a song. And it could be a silly song, it could be a serious song, a sad song, an angry song. Remember Mr. Rogers on banjo thing? Never mind. But playing and singing, that's what we're getting into now. We're into the roof part of Series 5. Building our house. It's almost complete. And what happens after you've completed the house, you ask? Well, after we complete the house, after we put the roof on, what happens next? Well, that's just it. Now that you got your house built, it's time for you to make it a home. It's time for you to move into it. It's time for you to paint, decorate, set it up how you want. It's your house. Live in it. Series 6 will pick up in the fall, and I'm not sure when yet. We still got to finish up Series 5, but I'm talking about Series 6. And it's just going to be where Series 5 will leave off, playing and singing, jamming. That's what Series 6 is going to be. And moving on. So if you're still having trouble with the frailing strum, you're still having trouble with the embellishments, don't be afraid. Don't be ashamed of being behind. You don't have to be in succession of every video here. These videos will be here forever. Catch up on your own pace. Practice. When I did this first started doing frailing strum, it took me, call hammer style, it took me a year before I started getting this rhythm down. Devote your time, dedicate, don't rush. You don't have to be a certain player at any given time. There's no degree of expert status that you're supposed to reach at any certain time. Just take your time with it. Practice the scale. Just practice the scale. And while you're practicing that, try to hum the notes of it. Try to match your pitch. It'll help you, because in a lot of old-time banjo songs, a lot of gospel tunes, a lot of country songs, they play within the certain major scale of the key that they're in. They play within that structure. Alright? So until next time, thank you so much for clicking on. My name is Matt Johns. Goodbye.